Okay, gentlemen, welcome back. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about the 3 nutrition mistakes you're likely been making all summer long. So pay attention. This one's going to be very good. We are past the 4th of July, which means we are pretty much halfway through summer. So if you're trying to get into elite shape, and you're not in elite shape right now, it is a bit late for you, my friend. But that's okay, because there's always the fall, there's always winter, Christmas, New Year's, and of course, next spring and summer. But at this point, guys, mid-July, depending on where you are, if you're 15%, I can still help you out. I can still get you ripped. But if you're over 20, 25%, and you want to be in fantastic shape, elite shape, like I am now, by August, by Labor Day, sayonara. So, the 3 mistakes you made all summer long. Number 1, okay, eating clean and eating correct are 2 entirely different things. So, many of you, because I saw it, I was on Cape Cod, I went to New York, I was in the Hamptons, I was all over. I saw it. Many of you are eating clean, but you are not eating correct. And there's a massive difference between eating clean and eating correct. Just because you are avoiding McDonald's, Chipotle, processed foods, maybe limiting the alcohol a little bit here and there, pasta, grain, pizza, does not mean you're eating correct. The only way you're going to develop an amazing physique is if you are eating correct. You have to know your calories, as I've said before. You have to know your macros. And you have to know how to time the macros around your training to ultimately look dry, cut, lean, and amazing. So, gentlemen, if you're eating clean but not eating correct, that is your first biggest mistake why you have failed this summer to reach your goal or dream body fat percentage or an elite physique, elite aesthetics. Number 2, okay, after eating correct, which you failed to do all summer long. Number 2 would be you are likely, okay, if you are in a small, quote unquote, calorie deficit, you think you're in a small calorie deficit, I would almost guarantee you, okay, I would almost guarantee you that you are likely eating not enough of the right foods or just not enough of the right calories, or you are overeating the wrong calories. And it's typically the hidden calories, gentlemen. It's typically the hidden calories. When you go out, right? How many of you were on Cape Cod the 4th of July? How many of you were in the Hamptons? How many of you were down in Boca, Palm Beach? It's a little hot for me down there in the summertime. But how many of you went out? I went out, but I was aware. Okay, gentlemen, I was aware of the calories I was eating. When I went to the steakhouse, when I went to the seafood place, when I went out with my family and loved ones, what I did was I first asked, hey, what do you cook this food in? Are you cooking this in seed oil, stuff that's going to kill me, make me look more inflamed, more sick, more tired, more fat, or are you just cooking it in butter? These are the questions I want to know. And it's not weird. Why is it weird? How is it weird? I have an 8-pack. What's wrong with that? Why is that weird? I look better than you. That's not weird. That's cool. So what you need to do is, you have to have a plan. And when you're eating out, okay, because I know it's hard in the summertime, you're traveling, you're with the family, you're with the vacation. A lot of Americans are on their 2-week summer vacation period right now, right, mid-July. So what you need to do is you need to be very hyper aware of the calories you're putting into your body, especially when you are traveling. So like I said, you are either eating too little and not enough of the right proteins, carbs, fats, or you are eating, you think you're eating 24, 26, 22, 2,800 calories, Bravo, Zulu, you think you are, but you are likely over consuming because of all the eating out, the alcohol, the hidden fats, the sauces that add up on the sides, okay? The desserts, the gourmet desserts, which I love the gourmet desserts, and you can have them here and there, but you can't expect to have one every night, Thursday through Sunday, and for your deficit to remain. Okay? So, lastly, I'm losing my voice. I've been on coaching calls all week. Lastly, the reason you weren't able to develop an amazing physique this summer and why it is most likely too late for you is because you are sabotaging yourself. Gentlemen, you are wrecking your own physique and you don't even know it. I see a lot of you. I see you in the gym. I see you in my DMs. I see you in our email list. I see you asking all the right questions. I watch a lot of you guys, okay? I did Ironman Jacksonville. I'm about to do Ironman Florida in a few more months. I see you guys. I recognize you guys. I see what you're doing and you're putting in the work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and you're very disciplined, but then the weekend comes and you blow it. And you think, well, it's only liquid. It's only vodka. It's only one side. It's only blah, blah, blah. Bro, you can do all that once you get down to my level, once you get down to a very lean physique. But in the beginning, if you want to get lean as fast as possible and you want to look amazing as fast as possible, because this video is all about being ripped now for summer, you cannot afford. You don't have the time. You don't have the weekend to blow, okay? And the reality is, unless you're rich, you have your dream house, dream car, dream wife, dream family, and everything's going great and you're ripped, there's nothing for you to celebrate anyways, bro. You're a loser. You're a loser, okay? And I don't mean that in a negative way. I've said this a million times. But if you have less than someone else, you are what? Losing to him. Therefore, you are a loser. And like I said, take it how you want, take it with a grain of salt, but that's the definition of the word losing. You are a loser. Anyway, so that's the three things, guys. Okay? So my recommendation, excuse me, my recommendation for you, if you're like, okay, well, Steven, how do I got girls wanting to hang out with me. My wife wants to go out with me. I got to take my wife. I got to date her and court her properly. I understand. But you also have a commitment to yourself and to God and to your ancestors, and you have committed to yourself, not to me. Maybe you have to me if you're one of my clients. You have committed to get into elite shape, and you owe it to yourself because competence builds confidence. How do we become more confident as men? We need to become more competent. How do we become more competent? By doing the things every single day with execution, or executing the things every single day with excellence. Things that we don't want to do. That's what's going to build our confidence. And then ultimately, from that confidence stems confidence. So if you're constantly saying, I'm going to lose the 10 pounds, I'm going to lose the 10 pounds, I'm going to get into shape, and you tell your wife and your kids and your colleagues and yourself and God and everyone else, but then the weekend comes and you blow it, don't come crying and bitching to me when you don't feel very confident as a man. Comprende? Am I making sense? This should be crystal clear for many of you. So those are the only three nutrition reasons you did not meet the mark this summer, because the reality is it's July 16th. The summer is fucking over. You're not going to get, unless you only have 10 pounds to lose from now, until Labor Day, you're not going to get into elite shape. And most of you have more than 10 pounds to lose. I just lost 10 pounds, okay? And look at the difference. And I wasn't that fat before. I wasn't fat. When I finished my Ironman, all you guys thought I was ripped. I was 183. I was about 10%. I've just lost 10 pounds. I'm 7%. Look at the difference. So if I only had to lose 10 pounds, you probably have to lose like 30 or more. You're fat. You're not as lean as you think. I'm telling you. And I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just telling you the reality as someone, let's wait for the wind to pass, as someone who has coached hundreds, thousands of men in our coaching program. I promise you right now, you have more fat to lose than you think. And that's why when you look at photos of me, you say, damn, you must be 205, 210, you're ripped, you're jacked. I'm 175, but I look so good. And I do look really good right now. I look so good because I am so lean, it makes you look bigger. That's why I tell everyone, get lean first. And you only need to get lean once in order to maintain it for life. If you've done it correct, as we talk about in our coaching program, if you've done it with the right calories, the right macros, you didn't affect your metabolism, your metabolic health, and if you're doing it naturally, it will stay around if you actually know this stuff. So, gentlemen, if you want to learn more and you want us to coach you all the way down to 9%, because I tell everyone all the time that 9% is the mecca. I'm like 7 right now, but 9% can 100% be managed all year round, and you don't have to starve yourself. You can eat a lot of calories. I was 9% in my Ironman prep. Likely, I will most likely go back up to 8-9% here soon. My Ironman build is officially starting on Monday, which basically means is we're ramping everything up to get ready for Ironman Florida November 7th. So I will likely go back up, which is fine, but you can maintain 9-10% all year round. I don't care how old, how sedentary you are at your job, it's not that hard. But when you want to go down to the big leagues, you want to get down to 7%, 6%, that's not as manageable for all of you. But at the end of the day, you guys got to remember, I'm not you and you're not me. So I pretty much do this full time. But you can do it. You can do 9%. You can do 10%. If you want us to bring you there healthy, the right way, eating more, not less, fill out the application in the description below, and we will get back to you. So, gentlemen, that's all I have for today. The 3 mistakes that you made all summer that costed you your physique, and hopefully one day I will see you at the top.